Hello everyone, I am lyonharted, and welcome to a video that I don't think anyone expected me to make, but I found out how to do this particular thing, and I felt I needed to share, just because I know it was a bit of a hassle for me to figure out how to do it, so I figured I'd throw out a video there for you guys. This is a video to help you guys with fixing the art in your new Steam library. Recently, there was an update to the visual appearance of the Steam library, and the artwork has changed. We've gone from a horizontal version of the artwork to a vertical, more box art style of the artwork, which I think looks lovely, except for the fact that I have a bunch of games now that don't have artwork. Now, for some of these games, like Steep here, for example, this game does not exist on Steam, so I just have to wait until someone makes custom artwork for it, or I have to figure out how to make custom artwork for it myself. But a lot of these games, some of them you can see I've already done it. Let's see, what's a good example? I know there's some in here that I did it for, and now I can't find them. Age of Empires, I think. Where'd that go? Here, the Age of Empires Definitive Editions. These are on Steam, but I don't have them through Steam. That's not the DRM that I am using. I have these through the Xbox Game Pass. Side note, if you have Xbox Game Pass games and you're trying to get them onto Steam so that you have all your games in one place, I will drop a link to a program called UWP Hook. I think it's UWP Hook. Yes, UWP Hook. That will allow you to hook your Xbox games into your Steam library. Works like a charm. Very nice to have. But let's say you did that, or you've got some free games from Twitch or from the Epic Game Store, and you put them into your Steam launcher and they don't have art, and you don't want to wait for somebody to make custom art for it, and you know that there's perfectly good art for it already. It just isn't there. It's just sitting, waiting, buried somewhere in Steam. Where do you get it from? Well, I did a little searching, and I found the way to do it with the help of this lovely person here, Feet Plays. User Feet Plays on Steam. They on Reddit. They posted this on the Steam Grid subreddit, and they've got some links here. And I'm going to put those links in the description, and I'm going to show you here step by step how to go through this, how to make this work. So what we're looking for here is actually three separate pieces of art. You have the box art here, as I'm calling it, which is this main image you're seeing here. Then you have the background, or the header, depending on how you want to call it, here. And then the logo here. If you want to see this in a game that doesn't have that art, obviously you have no box art, background goes here, this is your logo. If you put a logo in, that text goes away. So we need three pieces of art. There's technically a fourth piece of art, I think, which is this artwork that if it's the top spot on your recent games, like the last game I played was Total War Warhammer 2, I think this is a different piece of artwork. I don't know how to get this, or if it just pulls it from the background. I don't know. But yeah, that is, the jury's still out on that. I haven't figured out how to pull that out of Steam's database. So these are the links that you want here to get the box art, the background, and the logo. And then you'll also need steamdb.info, which I'll drop a link to this in the description as well. This will let you get the game ID, the app ID, which then brings you to these individual images. As you can see, the last game I did this for was Imperator Rome. And within these links, this is what you're looking to change, this little number here. So what I'm going to do in this example is we're going to go to Subnautica, which I have through the Epic Game Store. But I know for a fact it's on Steam. You can buy it on Steam. All the art is there on Steam. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to search for Subnautica. And here it is, Subnautica. There's your app ID. So you're going to copy that app ID, and then you're going to have, what I did basically was just I pasted these three links into three separate tabs. They'll come up as 404 errors because these aren't valid links right now. That's fine. Just find the app ID part, paste that in, make sure you don't get rid of the backslashes, and there you go, the Subnautica box art. And then we can replace it here for the background. and replace it here for the logo. And then it is as simple as right-click, save image. You can see I've already pulled a few here, so I'm just going to click on one of them so I've got some typing saved for me. Subnautica box art. And then this is, if they don't all come up, make sure you have all files selected here in your save as type. Otherwise, it's just going to come up as JPEG, whereas it might, some of the other ones might be PNGs. So this is a banner for Subnautica. And then this is the, oh my goodness, Subnautica logo. All right, so that saved all of those. Now I just saved those into a file that I have set up specifically for custom artwork for Steam. It used to have all of my old custom art with the old horizontal versions. I've gotten rid of all of those now because they no longer apply. So what we're going to do then is we're going to right-click on the game, and we're going to go to Manage, and we're going to select Set Custom Artwork. Now this is for your box art, as it were, as I'm calling it. So we're going to select that file. Then we're going to click on it, go to this screen. We're going to right-click where the banner or the background goes. We're going to say Set Custom Background. Drops that in. Very nice. Then we're going to right-click on the same spot, hit Set Custom Logo, and drop in the logo. Now, you can see this looks kind of bad. It's a bit too big. It's going over too much of the art. So what we're going to do is we're going to right-click and we're going to hit Adjust Logo Position. Now this is a little weird. I know when you click on this, it gives you the arrows like you can just move it freely around this background. You can't. It just resizes it. What you actually want, you have a couple of options. You can either link it into pin it into the bottom left, pin it into the center, or pin it into the bottom center. And every game has sort of a different setup for how this works. Obviously, with this art, I believe it would seem to me that it's designed to be pinned in the bottom left. Other games, it works better if you leave it in the middle or in the bottom middle. That's up to you. And then, of course, you can resize it as you see fit. Unfortunately, there isn't really a way to get it to be like automatically exactly how Steam would have it. You know, what the developers set to be the size and placement of this. But as long as it looks good to you, who cares? And then you can just go over here, click on Done, and there you have it. We scroll back down. Subnautica now has the proper artwork. Obviously, you would go through the same process for any custom artwork that you would download or create yourself. I know nothing about creating the artwork, so there's no good. I'm no good to you there. The interesting thing, though, something that I've found out, is this new library lets you have animated box art covers, which is really neat. So if you look carefully at this Outer Worlds cover here that I've got, this thing does like a little shooting star effect, and there's a little electric bit down here, and the gun glows. Like, that's pretty cool. That's a nice little subtle one that I like quite a bit. Some of them are a little more noticeable, like the Doom one up here is basically just the box art, but with the cool fire, cinders or whatever rising up effect, which is pretty neat. And there's actually a whole list that somebody made here in a Google Doc that I'm assuming they're going to be keeping at least relatively updated, hopefully. Quality can vary in these because they're made by a bunch of different people, but they also give you an option to request various ones. But yes, this is a list of specifically animated ones. So if you're looking for one in here, you can just hit Control F. You can find in Sheet, and you can go, let me find Total War Warhammer 2. That's Total War Napoleon. Let's go Total War. Okay, fine. Let's just search Warhammer. There we go. And they do show some of the variants here. But like, see, for example, like this Total War Warhammer 2, I'm not a big fan of that. Props to the person who made it, but I don't like it that much. So I wanted to get just the, standard one off of the Steam page. And this is the method with which to do it. So hopefully that helped you guys. I know it's helped me a lot. I know it's already making quite a bit of progress in helping me feel better about what my what my library looks like, because holy crap, it was bugging me like nobody's business that I had a bunch of these games that didn't look good. So now I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to go through, I know, like Super Hot and Tacoma and SteamWorld Dig, I think, is on here, Oxenfree, stuff like that. So the rest of these I'll have to wait for people to make custom ones, Madden and FIFA and Hades and Dragon Age and whatnot, but at least we can fix the ones that are on Steam. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments. Hopefully this helped you out. Thanks, and have a good one.